Live from San Diego, this is the Fox 5 Morning News at 8.
Coming up on Fox 5, 5 tips to protect you and your money from those hackers. We're going to sit down with a cybersecurity expert to explain it all. More than half of all Americans have been a victim of cybercrime. David Groot, president of Windstar Technologies, is here now with things you must do to keep cybercrime from ruining your life. David, good morning. Thanks for being here. This really is the new thing, right?
It is really. The threat is absolutely real.
It is so real, and we're seeing it every single day at all levels, from somebody's emails getting hacked to election meddling and who knows what else. You wrote a book. It's called The Threat is Real. You just said that. What is the threat specifically?
Well, the threat is coming from syndicate crime or nation states. We have people that are very well funded and very skilled who are trying to steal our identities, take away our life savings, do anything they can to ruin our day.
Yeah, and so this isn't a movie, this isn't a spy, James. This is actually what's happening at countries that just want to get to find out our information and do bad things with it.
This is not the stereotypical person in a hoodie sitting in a basement with nothing better to do. These are people who truly want to destroy our way of life.
Who's at risk? We mentioned earlier, almost everybody. Who is at risk?
Everyone is at risk. Every mobile device, every computer is at risk of being hacked. High school students to corporate CEO, doesn't matter.
And the thing is, they can take over what they can hear, what they can see with your computer and everything else. Okay, so you have 5 tips for protecting yourself and your family from cybercrime. Obviously, in 3 or 4 minutes, we can't get to the to the real deep issues here, but we'll try our best.
Okay.
Number 1, and you've heard this over and over and over and over, password safety is key. How do we get that right password?
Okay, so to get the right password, we want to make it is certainly as long as we can. And these days, you can use phrases, which include spaces and in case a punctuation.
Okay.
So that makes it a little easier to remember. But here's the biggest thing to make your password safe. It must be unique for every website you visit. Have a different password.
Oh,
every
boy.
app have a different password.
Oh my.
That's how they become safe.
How many people actually do that? Because it becomes exhausting. People forget, then you can't get back. I tried to get back into my Google, and it was the biggest nightmare to get back into my Google account because they didn't know who I was or didn't believe me, and I forgot the password. So is that realistic to expect people to have a different complicated password for every single thing we have?
It is. If you use tools that can help you with that, password managers can make that a simple task for you, something like LastPass or Dashlane.
Okay, identity monitoring.
Yep. Identity monitoring is early detection.
Okay.
So this is watching your social security number, things like your passport for abnormal activity, people trying to steal your identity. You're going to get a warning early on, and should it happen, these folks can help you get your identity back.
Yeah, you can catch it early. Credit freeze. What does that mean?
Credit freeze, it means that if you go to all 3 credit bureaus, you can request your credit is frozen, which makes it nearly impossible for somebody to open a new account in your name because they can't pull a credit report.
Wow.
If they can't pull a credit report, generally they cannot get a new account.
This is what I find interesting. Dedicated devices for financial transactions. For the one thing I don't do, if you have online banking, I never do it at work. I never do it when you have that free Wi-Fi in hotels or Starbucks. I do it at home. But that's not even 100%, but better than nothing.
It is much better than nothing. However, if you use a dedicated device and then turn it off and put it away when you're done, we can have a higher level of insurance that we have not been compromised.
Right.
The computers you're using for social media or gaming at home could very well be infected right now and you're not aware of it. And if you're now doing your online financial transactions on that device, you're just opening that door.
Yeah, the same computer you use to play with all your friends around the world,
right.
Those video games, don't do it for your banking.
That's what I'm saying.
Simple as that.
Absolutely.
Change your default passwords. Back to the passwords. No, you got to change your default passwords.
So a lot of devices in our home are now connected to the internet.
Right.
We have assistants, we have doorbells, we have TVs, we have cameras. Those all have administrative interfaces, and those administrative interfaces where you go to do the setup have default passwords. They're shipped with a default password. Well, the hackers know those passwords.
Oh my God.
So if you don't change them to something else, they can then potentially hack into that and monitor your activities inside of your own home.
I'm a little scared now. It's like these people are everywhere.
We don't want to be scared, we just want to be vigilant.
Vigilant.
Yes.
Should I write things down on a piece of paper? Do you advise that, or how do you remember other than...
The
it's
password
difficult.
manager is your friend. It really is.
And you can trust that password manager?
Yes.
What about that getting hacked?
Well, even if it does, the data is encrypted with your master password.
Oh,
so if you're the only one who knows it, they cannot get that information.
That's good stuff. David Groot with WinStar Technologies, we thank you. For more information on how to protect yourself from cybercrime, we all need to do it. Go to fox5sandiego.com and click the Scene On tab. David, thank you.
Thank you so much.